So what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Azaka FX. It will surprise you to actually know that you and I are the same thing right about now when it comes to what finance. So of recent I've been losing a lot. I lost a lot physically in person as a human being, and then that physically in person as a human being pushed me into actually losing in the market. So yeah, we are both broke. That is one thing we have in common right about now, but it won't be long. I actually failed. The last time I attempted to go from $1 to $100,000, this past challenge, I had to withdraw it prematurely because, like I told you guys, I lost physically. So I lost something that actually made me spend a lot of money physically, and it's a sad event. But that's life for you as a trader. You have to what, keep pushing, whether you like it or not. We're back on the cent account. What to do? We're back on the cent account. This is $2.49, part of our portfolio of 20% that we're risking. So part of our $10 portfolio, and we're actually going to be trading gold, silver mostly, and any other pairs among the XSS USD and USD XSS that we're actually going to see any signal in. So I am very active once again. Videos back to back, signals back to back, trade back to back. Let's see what this trade is actually going to say. Now we've actually been analyzing since 4 a.m. This is now July 13th, 6:30 a.m. Nigerian time, of course. So let's see how that's actually going to pan out before we're actually looking to catch a signal at the start of London session. So at the start of London session, we'll be seeing if this signal is actually going to go there or not. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, full margin layering, everything is on the table because we cannot afford to waste any more time. The year is running out, and comparing my last year to this year financially, last year was very better than this year. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. If you've not subscribed, definitely subscribe. At the course of this video, I need you to watch to the end. And if you have any question at all relating the technical analysis, the trade execution, any question at all, broker, leverage, whatsoever you want to ask it in the comment section. I will reply you, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, after this is basically 300 pips or 310 pips thereabouts. It's a beautiful move, very beautiful move, as you can see right here. Really beautiful move, although we're still a little bit far off from TP2. This is TP2, and TP3 is all the way at the weekly external liquidity high. The weekly external liquidity high. So that being said and done, this is a really lovely move right here, at 350 pips right now, and it's a beautiful amount of money. I love money. Let me go ahead and explain the technical criteria of this particular trade, then I'll manage the trade behind the scene and all that. Mind you, we're trading to $100,000. I definitely need that amount of money right about now. So let me go ahead and reduce some of our position first, set the rest to break even, because at TP1 we have to take off some of our positions, then do the needful, then hold the rest to TP2, TP3, all the rest. You can stick to the rules and all that. So, and plus today's New York session is basically coming to an end thereabout. These ones at hitting final take profit 3 should be able to give us just as much as what we actually closed off from the position, which is more than like 100% of what our entire trading account today. So making 100% off a trading account at the start of a challenge is not bad at all. Let me explain the technical criteria of this analysis. It's the same thing over and over again. If you have any question, of course, you know where to leave it. So this is the trading view markup for this particular trade right here. This is take profit 1. This tiny line right here is about here is take profit 1, and this is the overall take profit 3. Then at this structure right here, this right here will be our what? Take profit, 2. And so 1 has been hit, which we took off some of our position. 2 and 3. If 2 is hit, definitely 3 will no longer be an issue. And from the looks of things, we've got enough momentum to drive this thing down towards take profit 3. So how did I catch this particular trade? Coming down here to the 1 hour time frame, or it all started from the daily time frame. Of course, I have to determine bias. The first item of our analysis has to do with the XY. So we went to the XY weekly time frame to determine what our weekly bias. After that, I needed to then realign our weekly bias with our daily bias for our individual pair. In this case now, our individual pair is what? Silver. We've got the previous daily high right here and the previous daily low right here. In this case scenario, our individual pair is what? Silver. We had to do the use the previous day high and low as our liquidity standpoint, which is what we did here when we marked out the previous day high and low, and that is for that. Then next up, we needed to see price actually sweep it or break below it for a for a BOS continuation for a sell, which is what we've got right here now. We want a break below for a BOS continuation for a sell right above here. Now the next time frame we went to was actually to our 4-hour time frame. So on coming to our 4-hour time frame, we needed price towards cement. We needed price towards give us some sort of structural alignment. That structural alignment is to actually confirm that yes, this bias would hold, and price actually did that when it tapped in this zone right here. However, I could not find it in this zone right here, so I refined more and went down to the 1 hour time frame. On getting to the 1 hour time frame, I only got this lovely tiny BOS, which was more than enough, because so long as I've got bias, I've got the XY bias on my side, and I also got the individual pair being silver bias on my side. It was more than enough for me. It was more than enough for me right there. So this was the BOS. This was the BOS right here. So this zone right here. When that happened, since it was for a continuation, I then needed to see my POI. I needed to find a POI, a lovely POI, and that POI I actually found it in the 15 minutes time frame using the rule of 30 from the 4-hour time frame. Remember, I could not find the confirmation for the bias on the 15 minute on the 4-hour time frame, which is where it was supposed to be. So instead, I went to look for it at the 15 minutes time frame using the rule of 30. If you want me to explain the rule of 30 in a video, leave it in the comment section. I will tag that comment and explain the rule of 30 in a particular video. So over right here, you can see this order block right here. So this particular order block was the POI that actually got me interested in this particular order block. So I refined it better. Now another block is a valid order block. We already know what an order block is. For it to be valid, it actually has to break structure, which is that same structure that I saw in the 1 hour time frame, which liquidity was below it, which is this zone right here. So after that it was said and done, price actually did that. Then I said, oh fine, lovely. I needed to refine my POI. On refining my POI, I went to the 5 minutes time frame. Coming down to the 5 minutes time frame right here, I saw that there is a smaller order block right there. Remember, I am treating this as a POI, not as my entry. I did not just get involved right there. So as you can see, price then tapped into that entry. I needed some sort of confirmation that yes, this entry will really hold. And in doing that, I came down to the 1 minute time frame, which is why at the beginning of the video you saw me executing my trades from the 1 minute time frame. So I came down to the 1 minute time frame and I looked for a change of character right about, I think right about here. So this was it right here. This was it. This was the low that I needed price to break. So immediately price broke it, pull back into that low. As you can see, it was a very super sniper entry. You can go back to the start of the video to actually see that entry. Pull back to that low. I entered with a reduced leverage, ladies and gentlemen, because XNS, they've introduced something called extended leverage. That was one of the reasons why so many of us was losing money. So I had to reduce my leverage even further. So I entered with my full margin on a reduced leverage. Of course, with the reduced leverage, it means I won't be able to layer across all my accounts as much as I want to. But then not being able to layer as much as you want to is better than losing a winning trade. That thing can really hurt. So that was how I caught this trade. It was a beautiful one. I aligned bias with DXY, then I got the daily DXY for individual pair. I ensured that the bias for the daily individual pair being silver now is confirmed, and as soon as it was confirmed, I actually used that confirmation And mind you, even if this video is on gold, I also traded, oh sorry, on silver, I also traded what? Gold. And proof of me trading gold, there was somebody that, in fact, let me just leave the screenshot up right here as you can see in the screen now. This is a conversation between me and one of you. I'm going to be opening my DMs to everybody, every single person. If you have an analysis that you are doubting, you have an analysis that you are doubting on gold or silver or any pair at all, come to my DM. I will answer you for free. It's your boy Azaka FX. See you all in the next video. Mind you, you are trading from $2 right now to $100,000, and right now we just got to $6. This trade is still on. We've closed out some at $5. We've closed out some at $5, and mind you, from $2, and we are not going to be applying money management that much, because we're going to be what? Stacking on trades. So we're going to be risking the whole of the next $6 for the next trade, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. If our trade fails, we will cut our losses, but trust me, if our trade fails, we are not going to be losing the entire $6. We're probably going to be losing like 20% of that $6. That is risk management for you, ladies and gentlemen. See you all in the next video. It's your boy Azaka FX.